Hello YouTube, this is Layton Tech, and today we're doing a review on what I got from this HO scale lot here. So essentially what happened was at my train club today, it's the 6th of the month, we got a donation, a bunch of stuff, and this was a bunch of stuff that they didn't really want there, so I just took it, because they just said, I actually asked if I could take it. It says, yeah, we're just going to throw it out so I can have it. Anyway, so I just took this so I could, stuff that's broken here, learn how to work on it, and just take some parts and, maybe add some stuff to my collection, give some stuff away. I've given most of this away to my friends, actually. And yeah, anyway, this was mostly this is after, of course, all the stuff was stuff that was wanted to be taken was taken. Anyway, let's get into it. To begin with, here is an AB set of Santa Fe F7s. That the A unit is powered and the B unit is a dummy. The A unit sadly does not work, and I'm trying to figure out how to work on it. But the problem is with these units is that the shell is actually the whole body, the frame as well. So kind of you can't really do any work for that. The B unit, don't really mind it. I think that's a Santa Fe GP20 or something, or or I think same that Rio Grande I think is a GP40. That is a custom painted one. The Santa Fe one looks like I think it's an old Bachmann, but it doesn't matter. But those both work. They're pretty smooth runners as well. Unsure about this passenger coach and whatnot here, but this one was custom painted. Another Bachmann, like this is I think a 1941 Southern gondola. Nothing. Most of the stuff here just doesn't really interest me. But there's some. This is a wooden kit of a like trans. So during the transcontinental railroad era, there was like work trains, and that's one of the cars you'd have there, so workers could sleep while they're working on the railroad. Just a Soo Line boxcar from like the 60s or 70s. MOW DNRG car. Just a truck that was thrown in, which I could use for a load. An ATSF just baggage car. Just the normal, like, I think maintenance of way, ballast or coal hopper with the Great Northern Gondola. A Penzi boxcar with a white pass. Now that's a custom car, custom gondola. And that's like an old Tycho Rock Island covered hopper. Yeah, put the that's black ham. You might notice a lot of this stuff here is kind of dirty, and that's kind of one of the main reasons why they were getting rid of it. Was just, it's dirty, which I'm going to do. I just got home and I just want to do a video on this before I clean it up or get rid of it. Doesn't matter. So Lehigh Valley boxcar shell. Yeah, we got a Rutland boxcar that's a little dirty, needs some clean. A DNRGW, just a mail car. Just a ore car. Yeah, this is like a plastic or wooden one. Custom weight made as well, if I'm correct. Breakdown crane. So breakdown cranes would usually have a second car. This one would have the boom over it. And a cab here for a bunch of the employees. Now, the one that I've seen that's in Niles doesn't have this. It has just like a standard gondola, a modified gondola that can fit ties and some other equipment there instead, something like that. But that is something you see with the boom crane. This is a brake van. It's British. This is something I was not expecting to see here, and this is a wooden kit. And genuinely, I was not really expecting to see any wooden kits here, much less, just something that's from the UK. But regardless, this is a 00 scale one that comes in the box, so I'm giving that to a specific friend. That's a Santa Fe GP40, I think, and that is going to be going with something specific. I got this earlier today. Athearn Genesis, I don't know, 90s Santa Fe unit. That's a piece of styrofoam right there to keep the handlebars in. I forget what this is. But that's DCC, no sound, but lights and everything, and I want to make that into a dummy behind it. Or this will be a back engine for the 3755 I have for like an excursion train. Anyway, that is a Rivarossi or Mantua Santa Fe Pacific. Doesn't run, but is in really good shape. Very clean, nothing really to complain about with it. And then that is a Rio Grande 060 with a Rio Grande caboose. I'm giving those to a friend in particular because he has a bunch of Rio Grande equipment, coaches and whatnot, but not an engine for him because Rio Grande steam engines are kind of hard to come by for some reason. I mean, unless you're talking like narrow gauge, but if you're going standard gauge, it's almost always diesels. But regardless, I'm giving that to him. It doesn't run, sadly, it needs work, but yeah, it'll get working. And these two here are custom wooden cars. Now, I need to find the other trucks for this one, but I am giving that to the same guy, but he wants these wooden coaches, so I'm just giving them to him. And this is a dummy trolley car. Or maybe it's not dummy. I don't know. I can't tell. There's a bit of friction, but then again, it's like smooth plastic. Just a standard, like, I think this is a 1971. I can't tell. It's just a Rio Grande gondola and whatnot. Nothing really special about this. This is, I think, a bit die-cast or something. I can't tell. Like, a lot of the materials here just confuse me. A Vanderbilt tender here that is falling a bit apart, but I got this because I'm going to steal the reversing light off of this because I need one. And this looks like it might be an SP one, but it doesn't matter to me. I don't really care. I might just use that as like a water tender or something. This is definitely my favorite locomotive I got, an 060 T Porter. This is ATSF. I don't think they ever had any of these, but this runs actually. Now everything here is DC, and it has sadly pizza cutter flanges. Which, if you don't know what pizza cutter flange means, it's just the flanges are so large that actually with modern track, it'll hit the ties, or it will jump switches. It won't run properly. A lot of these locomotives are like that. Yeah, no, I'm gonna probably DCC that if I can. And that's a 59 PFE reefer. I was considering keeping it at first, but I'm probably gonna get rid of it because I want to have a PFE train, but I like to have my PFE cars from like the late 40s, early 50s at the latest because I like to run a steam locomotive in front of it. Steam ended before 1959 on the Southern Pacific and the Santa Fe, so I don't think I can use that. I mean, maybe if I did UP, but it's a maybe. An ATSF massive flat car, which genuinely is something I'm 50-50 on because I'm thinking about keeping it, thinking about getting rid of it. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I'll get rid of it. I don't know. A B&O 040. This sadly doesn't run, but I'll do some work on it. I heard those lifelike, because it's a lifelike, they were very much a pain in the back to work on. Colorado and Southern, just the bay window caboose. Now this has seen a bit better days, but this is also another kit. These kits, since they're custom, they look a little bit more worse. Now this is quickly just a NYC, just like flatbed, wooden kit as well. A lot of these are older kits, which is the reason they look kind of, I don't want to say crappy, but like less quality, especially if you look at more modern, even base Bachmann models. This is very different compared to those. And then we have a bunch of, this is an 040 here, and 460, another 040 here. These are all parts engines that are going to be given to a friend of mine because he wants those as the projects, and so on. And then also here for the flat car is a New York Central down crane that kind of broke in half, but that's fine. I mean, regardless, like I said, I got this all for free. This is all like mostly project stuff. And when I'm done with it, I'm pretty much just going to give it away. But I don't know if I'm going to make videos on it. I might give a lot of it away because because I have a friend who already wants a bunch of this stuff here and whatnot. But regardless. And the last thing is this, this is a Tyco, but this is actually not a bad car. ATSF Starkiss, the Chunk and Light Tuna box car. Not really bad in my opinion. This was actually a pretty good car in my opinion. I for the most part, keyword, this thing is all plastic and has horn hooks and plastic wheels, and horn hooks, for those who don't know, are, come on, that's a horn hook. These are the old couplers before you actually had the the knuckle couplers from like Katie and McHenry and other brands and whatnot. Anyway, let's get on to the next stuff. So this is just a bit of a platform with some track. I'm going to give this to the same friend for that because he's building the layout. And this is old brass track here, but it's rusted. So he's going to do with it, he's going to use it for like a abandoned section of track or setting. A small little cabin for his layout and whatnot. And it's got a hole in the floor so you can put a light in there. So then you can light up the building at night. Diamonds, some stacks. These are going to be bridge sides for if you're going to do a river. And then a kit here of a machine shop, which it's going to be something we'll work on probably later on, which will be good for his layout. Some lights and whatnot, signals, and signs for yard tracks. Same thing's going to him. Same thing with this building as well. I don't know what this is for. Could be mistaken. And a lumber shed. This is also something nice that's just being given to him because I don't need a lumber shed, but for him I actually keep it. But then again, these kits here are very basic because they're very old Atlas. These aren't something to run home about, but regardless. I got a photo of a Rio Grande passenger car. I'm just going to keep this because I have a bunch of old railroad photos and whatnot. This is a 1971. Oh yeah, because if you don't remember, Amtrak was supposed to take over all routes in 1971. However, one of the few railroads, I think Rio Grande was the main one. I think there was another one or two that didn't get into Amtrak. So Rio Grande still continued to serve their own passenger service until the 80s, or until I think it was 1988 or 89 when they were bought out, or when they merged with SP or something. Because the owner of Rio Grande ended up buying out SP as well. And last two things are this telephone shanty and pull kit from Atlas that is pretty much complete. And I'm keeping this, and I'm keeping the depot building because regardless, I do also personally want to build my own layout in the future, and I would like to have some stuff like this, so I can get like save a little bit of money, and not have to go out and look for proper kits. I mean, these will probably be temporary at the end of the day, but regardless, these are still nice kits. And like I said, this is all free here, and this was going to be thrown into a dumpster. And I'm that kind of guy that just, I'm a guy that doesn't like seeing stuff go to waste. If I can see someone's going to throw something out, but it can actually be used or fixed again, because it's broken, but I can fix it, and then it would be someone would actually want it. I would do that. Or if I can actually have a really good use for it, like this. Learning how to fix this stuff is something I can use, and also like this is something when I'm done with it, I might just sell some of these on like my local Facebook marketplace just to get rid of whatever I have here. I'm not gonna sell for like, oh, I'm gonna sell this for like $100 lot. No, I'm probably just gonna sell it for like 15 or 20 bucks, maybe 30 or 40 at the max. Not too much here. Cheaper than buying a brand new Athearn ready to roll, just box car or something. I don't know. Or a Walther's Proto, we'll just say, or my mainline passenger coach, brand new. Regardless, though, that is the lot I acquired. There's some other stuff I'm working on, like Gab Ford I'm helping sell, and a 440 I'm going to get sold tomorrow. And in the back, to conclude this, is all the boxes, which a lot of stuff is actually good when you take it out of the box. But the boxes, like here's the Pacifics box. Beat up. This thing is not something I want to keep because you can see how mold. For a second, I clean it off, but there's dirt in here, and the packaging is torn up. I had to clean up a lot of these locomotives, and a lot of these boxes here are all the same in that regard. But that's why a lot of these guys thought it was crap. But you can see past it. You can get some good stuff. Recommendation is another recommendation for Train Club. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.